guys, this is Joe Tech from JoeteckTips. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and today we're going to be comparing 4 Crosstour cameras. The CT7000, which I already reviewed. I will have that here just in case you want to check it out. The CT8500, the CT9000, and the CT9100. We're going to figure out which one is the best bang for the dollar and which has the best features for you. Now, the interesting part about all 3 cameras is that by looking at them, there's no markings of the model number on the camera. I had to label them independently because I couldn't tell which one was which. And it's a darn shame because the CT7000, on the other hand, is the only one that looks different, because it actually says on the front 1080p Wi-Fi. All right, that's the only difference between the other 3. The other 3 all say 4K Wi-Fi, and they look exactly the same, unless you go into the firmware and you look about camera, and then it'll show you. But that's a different. Why you got to do all that? There should be the model number, like the GoPro, Hero 5, Hero 6, Hero 7, Hero 8. So the Crosstour, all these cameras are very similar. Soon as you add EIS, you start losing features and functions of the camera itself. There is a maximum or a limit of capability. So all 3 of these cameras, except for the CT7000. Now, I gave this the JoeteckTips Instant Awesome rating because it was absolutely amazing camera, because they actually did a great job. And I still think for a 1080p camera, this still is an awesome, awesome camera, but it only does 30 frames a second. So if you're looking to do 60 frames a second, this is not the camera to get. Okay, so the CT7000 kicks ass, but in terms of, because I reviewed this quite a while ago, still an awesome camera, and I still use it. Let's put that one aside. Let's go to the CT8500. Now the CT8500 has a completely different menu system than the 9100 and the 9000. It's completely different, and to get into it is completely different as well. You have to actually go through the modes while hitting the power button on the camera, and that's how you get into the menu system versus press and hold the OK button to get into it. So there are some interesting features. You could disable, I'm not sure if all of them have this. Yeah, so the 8500 has the ability to actually turn on and off Wi-Fi capability using the top button. You have the capability of turning that on and off, which is unique, instead of going into the menu system and selecting Wi-Fi on and off. So that feature is there for the CT8500. Also, the CT8500 is the only camera that offers an external microphone. None of the other ones have that capability. This is the only one, which is interesting. Why they were included on a lower model than the 9000 and the 9100 is beyond me. But I guess they tried to do this, and they try to make a good product. They all have, they all do 4K at 30 frames a second, except for the CT7000. All right, so 9100, the 9000, they do 4K 30 frames. I believe the 8500 offers EIS. I'm sorry. The 9100 offers 4K at with EIS. However, there is a big however, is that once you do that, you lower your frames per second down to like 25 frames a second or 24 frames a second, which is unusual. And then you're going to start getting some bands in the video because the light is 60 hertz. So now this camera can't handle it. So when you start adding all these new features, stability control, that kind of stuff, it lowers down the frames per second. So I believe there is one camera, I think the 9100 does stereo audio, and all the other ones do mono. But they're all 44.1. But their bit rates are different. So each camera has slightly something different to each option, or each feature, I should say. So it's kind of a difficult thing to, like, if you really want an external microphone, then this is it. But you can't do waterproof. And how are you going to do external audio if it's in a waterproof case? If you don't have any nails, there's no way in hell you're going to get this door off. So you need to have some sort of a sharp object to get into where the clip is for the door and take it off. Other than that, you ain't getting it off with your fingernail unless you have really long fingernails. But it's definitely a poor design on their behalf. All of these cameras have the capability of using it as a car dash cam, just so you're aware. So this is the CT9100, the Crosstour CT9100 camera. It seems to be okay. There are certain features that get disabled when you start enabling features. Alright, so the audio quality on this should be pretty good. I'm hoping we're not seeing like scan lines, because the lighting is LED and we're recording at 4K at 30 frames a second. I'm hoping it's clear. Now remember, I'm not going to edit any of this. This is supposed to be an honest review of all these products. So what you see here is going to go in the video. So that's the way it is. I will have information here on the left of your screen, right side for me, of the features or the video specifications of what is being recorded. So this is 4K 30 frames. We're going to go also 1080p and see if there's a difference. So let's go do that now. Okay, we are now at 1080p at 60 frames a second on the Crosstour CT9100. So I'm assuming the audio quality is going to be the same. The video quality should be very similar. The only difference here is that I actually rendered this entire video at 4K at 60 frames. So hopefully you will see a difference in video quality, even though I rendered it, at the final post-production at 4K at 60 frames a second. I'm hoping that the video quality is noticeable and it doesn't upconvert this. But we'll see. Again, I will have all the detailed of the data here for the 9100 of the frames per second, the actual frames per second, even though it says 1080p at 60. What is it really? Because sometimes the stuff is different. And we're giving this an honest review. So I have to monitor or look at this footage before I give my conclusion at the end of this video, because I want to make sure that I give you the right information. And this stuff that I'm talking about and recording right now will be in the video. So this is important. Honest reviews are very good. The 9100 does give you the option with the two dock, the desktop 2-bay charging station, which is nice. But other than that, let's go to the next camera and let's see how we do, how everything is going. Okay, this is the CT9000. We're recording at 4K at 30 frames a second. I'm hoping the video quality is okay. Hopefully you don't see any bands in the video. This is exactly what you're going to see. We're going to also do 1080p at 60 frames. Those seem to be the two recording modes. I don't foresee people doing 720p or 240 frames a second at 1080p. It doesn't seem. If you want to do slow motion, that's a good way of doing that. You can capture high resolution and then slow it down to be really clear. You could do that. It'll show each frame. It'll look pretty sick if you wanted to do something like that. But this, again, this is the Crosstour CT9000. I'll have all the information about the video specifications here of how it's recording, what bit rate, what sampling rate, everything will be right here. I'm hoping this is working out really well. I really don't want to see those frequency horizontal bands because of the light output is 60 hertz and we're recording at 30 frames a second. Let's just see how this is going. But what I don't like, though, is that every one of these remotes work with a different camera. So it's not like a pair. So if someone else has the same camera or a similar camera and they have a remote, they can stop and start your camera. So just something to keep to take notice of is that if your camera is stopping and starting on its own, someone is close by with a similar camera, because the remote control works All of them so far. This is a remote for the 9100 and it still works with the CT9000. Let's go to the CT8500. Okay, this is the Crosstour CT9000. We are recording at 1080p at 60 frames a second. I will have all the information of the video features or the detailed specifications of the actual file itself, how the audio is being recorded, the bit rate of the audio, the bit rate of the video, the frames per second, all that will be right here in this mode. CT9000 Crosstour. Again, we're comparing quality. I don't think people will be taking pictures with this, so we're not going to be checking out picture quality. I'm not a big fan of these imaging sensors on these things for pictures. Video, they're so-so. They're trying really hard, and they're trying to keep it low cost. So remember, you have all this firmware and stuff, and then you have the hardware, and we're trying to see how good it actually captures the video quality with the light output that I'm using right now. So let's go check out the CT8500 now. Okay, this is the CT8500 Crosstour CT8500. We're recording in 4K at 30 frames a second. Good news, the remote for this one only works with the CT8500. The remote for the 9000 series does not work with the CT8500, so that's good news. I was hoping that, and it's the truth, so that's good news. So I will have all the information here on the quality of the video that is being recorded right now at 4K at 30 frames a second. I'm hoping there is no bands, but you know what? It is what it is. It tells you what you should record at based on the lighting that you have. So 4K at 30 frames a second. I'll have all the bit rates of everything on this file here. Believe it or not, some of these cameras record an MP4 and some record an MOV, movie file. So I believe 2 of them record in movie and 2 of them record in MP4. I will, in the conclusion, I will let you know which is which. But it's interesting that Crosstour would go between 2 different types of formats between similar product line. So that means that the engine inside of the system, inside the camera, is different between the product line. That's interesting. So MP4 and MOV, 2 different file types. It's not choosable as whatever the device is designed to record in. So again, let's go use this camera and do 1080p at 60 frames a second and see how well it does. Okay, now we're recording 1080p at 60 frames a second using the Crosstour CT8500. Like I said in the review process before this video, this is the only camera that offers an external microphone. So we're going to give that a shot right now. So I'm just going to put this up here like so and put it on my shirt. And then I'm going to plug it in to the camera. And then hopefully it's recording. I have no idea. I hope it is, and hope it's different, hope it's better than the actual built-in microphone that's on the camera itself. Again, I will have all the information here on the screen listing of what video quality, audio quality is right here and how it's recording. So, that said, let's do, finally, we've done this already in the other review. I'll have a link here again. Well, actually, I can't do it again, but the CT7000, we're going to just record that. That only does 60 frames a second at 1080p, but we're going to give that a shot right now. Okay, this is the Crosstour CT7000. We've already done a review on this product already, but I just wanted to add it to the lineup because I did this video review already on this particular camera, which got the JoeteckTips Instant Awesome rating for a reason, because it actually kicks major ass. It does incredible video quality, the audio quality is amazing, and it's actually a usable camera. And this is one of my favorites. So right now, this is competing with the other 3 that we just did. So this is important, because if this wins, we have a problem. We have a big problem. That means the CT7000 still kicks ass and still wins major, still takes the lead, and there's no reason to spend all that money or buy something different and stick with the CT7000. Again, I'll have all the information here about the video quality and how it's recorded and whatnot, and that's it. So let's go to the conclusion. Okay, this is the conclusion. Out of all 4 cameras, only 2 really stand out. The CT9100 is a piece of shit. Stay clear of that piece of shit. The audio quality is lots of clipping in the talking, and the video quality is absolutely horrible. You can actually hear the device writing to the drive, to the micro SD card. You can hear the noise. You can hear the lots of background noise, not background noise, but the actual device is writing to the drive, and you can hear the noise. It's horrible audio quality. The video quality, you can see the bands. It's just, in 1080p, 60 frames was terrible. In 4K at 30 frames is terrible. Absolutely piece of garbage. So the 9100 is off the table. We could take this one and throw it in the garbage. This one is absolutely the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen from Crosstour. So this is Garbaggio. Now we have, well, the CT7000 is not part of that deal because I already reviewed it, and for what it is, it's very good. It does have clipping in the audio, but the audio quality is pristine. It's clear and crisp if you don't scream. Now, the CT9000 video quality was incredible. Absolutely incredible. So you're looking for good quality audio and good quality video. The audio was clipping because I'm a loud talker, so my audio tends to be a little bit over the top. I don't normally, I'm very excited and I'm very, in depth of the review process that I do, so I'm a little excited, so I apologize for that. However, the camera or the system should be able to prevent that from happening, prevent audio clipping. That's where the CT8500 comes. The CT8500 has incredible audio capability. It did not clip at all of any time I was talking, or screaming I should say, during the review process. However, the video quality wasn't as good. In 1080p, 60 frames a second, it was awesome. So if you're looking for an incredible 1080p at 60 frames a second and awesome audio quality, the CT8500 is your choice. However, if you're not a screamer like I am, it's funny, but it's true. This is dead serious stuff. In my opinion, the CT9000 takes the crown in this comparison test. The video quality was impressive in either 4K 30 frames a second and 1080p at 60 frames a second. There wasn't any frequency banding at all, and the audio quality was very, very good. Still had clipping, but it's tolerable. So hence the video quality, the CT8500 was lacking because you saw the bands. The same situation, I recorded in the same location every time. And the only camera that really stood out was the CT9000. So that takes first. Second is the CT8500. And third is the CT7000 because it's only a 1080p at 30 frames a second, not 60. I made a mistake. So in my opinion, if you're looking for a camera, the CT9000 is your choice. If you're looking for an external microphone, then the CT8500 is your choice, but at 60 frames a second. So anyway, guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Take care, and we'll see you next time.